Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Brother Glenn Gray, and welcome to another edition of Mr. Alpha's Neighborhood. Today I'm going to read a book called Testing the Ice, a true story about Jackie Robinson. It was written by his daughter, Sharon Robinson, and illustrated by Kadir Nelson. Hold on. I know you may know Jackie Robinson, but this story tells a different side of his wonderful story and his relationship to Major League Baseball. And that's why I chose this book. A true story about Jackie Robinson testing the ice. The year was 1955. Dad was in his ninth season with the Brooklyn Dodgers, and for the third time in 4 years, they faced the New York Yankees in the World Series. When my father stole home in the first game, Yogi Berra, the Yankee catcher, screamed, "He's out!" The umpire, however, shouted, "He's safe." It took 7 games, but the Brooklyn Dodgers finally beat the New York Yankees. Oh, how we celebrated. Earlier that same year, my family moved from Queens in New York City to Cascade Road in Stamford, Connecticut. Our new house sat in the middle of 6 acres on a narrow, twisted road named for the waterfall at the end of it. The best part, according to my father, was the woods on 3 sides of the house, which screened us from passing cars and curious strangers. But to my brothers, Jackie Jr. and David and me, the best parts were our new friends, Cindy, Willie, and Christy, and the lake that ran from our yard to our neighbor's yard, a whole quarter-mile away. We spent our first summer playing by the lake. We had picnics, we swam, and we rowed our boats. But no matter how much we begged, my dad would never come into the water. How our friends loved playing inside our house. Our playroom had a pool table, a soda fountain, and a huge gray boulder that was built into the wall. And while we took it all for granted, our friends made a big fuss over Dad's trophy room. They stared adoringly at his plaques, his silver bat, the signed baseballs, and Dad's bronzed college football cleat. And they asked him questions in ways we never thought to ask. Then, one rainy Saturday morning, over a game of Monopoly, they got Dad talking about his historic entry into Major League Baseball. Baseball, like most of America, was segregated, Dad began. Major League Baseball was for whites only. Black and brown skinned players had to play in the Negro Leagues. Some of the greatest baseball players were not white. They were denied entry into the major leagues just because of the color of their skin. Finding food worth eating or a restaurant to serve us was a daily problem. In many places we played, there was no hotel that allowed blacks. That was just the way things were in 1945, and no one expected them to change. I was playing for the Monarchs when Branch Rickey approached me. He told me he could get me into the Brooklyn Dodgers. "I know you're a good ball player," Mr. Rickey barked, "but do you have the guts for this?" The next few minutes were tough as Rickey warned that I would be called all kinds of names, threatened, and attacked physically. The next question he asked startled me even more. Could I take all of this and still control my temper? I thought of the doors opening to other black folks after me and how the color barrier of baseball would be shattered. There was only one answer. I'll do it, I said. Playing that first spring was tough, especially the game between the Dodgers and the Phillies. Some fans cheered me, others shouted insults that were so bad I had to struggle to keep my temper from exploding. After 7 scoreless innings, we got the Phillies out in the 8th, and it was our turn at bat. I led off. The insults were still coming. I lined into center field for a single, then took my lead. I cut out for second. The Phillies catcher threw wide. The ball bounced past the shortstop. I rounded third, and I made it home. That was a sweet victory.